It is said, a samurai who does not fear death has either already understood life, or has never truly lived at all. That night, it was not raining, yet the air felt heavy, as if the sky itself was waiting for an ending. Outside the village, between burning torches, an old samurai knelt on the ground. He held no sword. And that was the most frightening thing of all. Young warriors stood before him. They had seen battle. They had seen death. But none of them had understood life. The old samurai slowly lifted his head and said, "You have all learned how to die, but none of you have learned how to live." And from that moment, a story began, not with steel, but within the human soul. Part 1, The Old Samurai. His name was Hiromu. Once, he was a shadow on the battlefield. Where he walked, victory followed. Now his back was bent. His eyes were deep. And his voice carried no hunger for war, only the weight of experience. People believed he had grown weak. The truth was far more dangerous, he had understood life. Part 2, The Problem of the Young Warriors. The young samurai were always ready to fight. Anger burned inside them. Ego guided their hands. Speed mattered more than clarity. They said proudly, "We are not afraid of death." Hiromu smiled gently. Anyone who says he fears nothing is ruled completely by fear. Then he asked them one question, "When the battle ends, and you are still alive, what will you do then?" Silence fell. Because none of them had ever thought about living. Part 3, Leaving the sword behind. The next day, Hiromu ordered all swords to be placed aside. No one was allowed to carry a weapon. The young warriors were furious. To them, this was humiliation. Hiromu said calmly, "If you do not feel safe without your sword, you are dangerous even with it." There was no fighting that day. But inside each warrior, a battle raged. Part 4, Training in silence. Days passed. No combat. No shouting. No drills. Only, morning wind, the scent of wood, and silence. Hiromu taught them, when anger rises, sit. When fear appears, breathe. When ego awakens, bow. He said, life does not demand a sword. Life demands attention. Part 5, The Real Lesson. One night, a young warrior asked, "Master, when will you teach us how to fight?" Hiromu looked at the sky and replied, "When you lose the desire to fight, you will be ready to fight." That night, for the first time, they slept in peace. Final part, when everything becomes right. Months later, the enemy arrived. But this time, there was no rage. No noise. No chaos. The warriors were calm. Clear. Alive. The battle was short. The victory was